as former Secretary of State Colin Powell told George W. Bush in 2003 as he weighed up invading Iraq, invoking the now infamous Pottery Barn rule: if you break it, you own it. Many Republicans regard what has unfolded in cities like Portland over recent days and weeks as evidence of a country in decay, let down by weak left-leaning mayors and threatened by growing calls for the defunding of police departments. "We are watching the breakdown of American society," Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary, said on Tuesday, Wednesday East. He blames the current strife on city leaders who signaled to rioters that it's okay, authority will back down. Portland and Seattle have long been hotbeds of this type of violence, Fleischer told Fox. It started in the late 90s when Bill Clinton was in office. The mayors would rather practice summers of radical love, as they call it, than do what they're supposed to do to protect society and ensure public safety. Federal troops have already been deployed in Portland to quell unrest, and Trump signaled on Monday that Homeland Security officials were preparing to send agents into Chicago and New York, all run by very liberal Democrats. Or run, really, by the radical left. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany on Tuesday defended federal intervention by comparing some U.S. cities to foreign war zones. Advertisement: when more people are dying on the streets of Chicago than Afghanistan and Iraq, it's a tragedy, she said. Unsurprisingly, the Trump administration's hardline approach has been widely condemned by leaders from many of the same cities the president says he's helping. A letter signed by the mayors of cities including Portland, Seattle, Atlanta, Chicago, Washington, D.C. and Kansas City to Attorney General William Barr condemned what they described as an unprecedented violation of the Constitution and abuse of power. Deployment of federal forces in the streets of our communities has not been requested, nor is it acceptable, they wrote. In Portland, their actions have escalated events and increased the risk of violence against both civilians and local law enforcement officers. Several days ago, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi blasted Trump and his stormtroopers, adding that these are not the actions of a democratic republic. So far the polls show Democrats have the upper hand. Presumptive presidential nominee Joe Biden has a 9-point lead over Trump on the question of crime and safety. But that could change quickly. Advertisement: Trump has repeatedly shown an unrivaled ability to rouse his own base by hammering hot-button issues such as inner-city riots. In the 2018 midterm elections, he spent more than a month campaigning against a caravan of immigrants surging towards the U.S.-Mexico border. He is attempting to rally support by scaring people into voting for a second term or risk a lawless society, Robert Johnson at Creighton University says. The risk for Trump is that he further alienates undecided voters and further narrows his already narrow base. The most ironic part of Trump's strategy is that his campaign is currently running an ad that states, "You won't be safe in Joe Biden's America." The video includes shots of demonstrations and riots that occurred recently, when Trump was president. And then there's what middle America is really worried about. Law and order might make for spectacular nightly news footage, but polls show that for many Americans their primary concern remains the COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on jobs and businesses. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.